Oh, once.
Cool Cats, Cool Dudes, and Monica Geller in that scene in Friends where she starts saying loads of numbers, and you all know which one I'm going to say because we've all certainly got a meme about it later on. Welcome to We All Love Leeds, the show where we discuss our love of Leeds. Ben, how are you, bro? You're on mute, bro.
Was she Geller or was she Bing?
She was definitely Geller at the time, but she was well on her way to being binged.
I'm very well, mate. How are you?
Awesome. I've had much worse Saturdays. Actually, I'm so tired. I forgot what day of the week it is. I'm still in Ellen Road mode. Anyway, you know who's really all right? Landers. Fucking name's Anders. I'm thinking of Flanders from The Simpsons. Anyway,
Todd Landers from Neighbours back in the 80s.
Todd Landers, of course. Sad that I know that name. Shows my age. Anders says, hello, lads. Richard Cranium. I've heard good things about the guy, but Richard Cranium says, evening, everybody. Mainly all good results, all rad. Sorry, Brownie.
Wherever you are.
Of course. Obviously.
I heard he's a dickhead.
Oh, Richard Cranium? Yeah, I hear that as well. Stay humble, eh? Maybe we have some humbleness to dish out. To the Welsh, to the Max.
It must be annoying, right, that you finally get the better of City and you're still not going to win league.
Who put the ball in the Cardiff net? I'm guessing that
Leeds team.
Pretty much most of the players on that team sheet.
That's what they were singing. Was it half the fucking Leeds team?
Ryan, of course, with what a weekend. Leeds pump Cardiff and then Arsenal roll back the years and batter Little City.
City.
Yeah. City, as the Northerners would say. Indeed. And evening all from John Garside. Pirou twice put in the net. Sam Greenwood. Yes, Greenwood. Yes, get in. And good evening, we all love Leeds from the officer of the little car park dogging section, Russ Morgan. Good evening, we all love Leeds.
For Arsenal fans, I'm not going to lie, I was sort of willing 7 for him.
That would have made it quite amusing for the meme game, let's just say. But Pincushion, hello, of course, and Sam Greenwood with slags galore in here. Everywhere. And Jess from JSY Talk Football Fan Channel. Awesome to see you. How you doing? And Anders again. Graffiti is speaking Norwegian to Sam. I'm not even good doing the disservice of trying to read that. And Jess, half the fucking team did. Of course they did. Or fucking team did. I see what he's done there. Tom knows that the square root of 49 is. I got that wrong, didn't I? It's such a Tom thing. Can't control my own hands. Afternoon from LA. Good evening, Hummers. How you doing? Good evening, Kieran. Bristol City with
How's LA? Is it calmed down? Thoughts go out to everyone out there.
Obviously, yeah. Keep safe. Kieran with your 9 players doing well to get a point yesterday, to be fair. And Jess says, hey, Big John, and more Norwegian. Or is it actually Norwegian or Swedish? Just to confirm for future winner reference.
It's a bit of both. Do you not speak Scandinavian, Tom?
I'm afraid to say that I don't. I'm too busy finding memes and doing stuff like that to learn.
Well, what Sam Greenwood wrote there is, I'm a secret closet Leeds fan.
Okay, fair enough.
And Anders has welcomed him to the Leeds United clan. So, there you go.
Yeah. Right, so is it too presumptuous to think we should get started?
Sorry, mate. 1992. Leeds shirt. 1992.
Dickhead in his 1993 Leeds shirt. But yeah, it's actually a championship winning shirt, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Or a title winning shirt, actually, to be more specific.
1993 went to Admiral.
Yeah. Hummers is enjoying it. But unfortunately, guys, there are actually 2 games this week. Despite what people think, there was another game that occurred in the week, and let's rip Band-Aid off. So it's time for Let's Talk Football, sponsored by Ben. And this is the setting of the crime on Monday night. I swear this is a real thing that happened. It wasn't. I'd pinched myself thinking it was a fever dream or nightmare.
Well, if the title's Let's Talk Football, there was none. So moving on.
So that's their lineup. This was our lineup.
Might as well not have been any lineup.
Is there anything you'd have done different in hindsight?
They just left the ball in the centre circle for 90 minutes and saved us all the bother.
I thought that's what happened.
Well, it tended to move around a little bit through the middle of the park, and that was it.
Title-winning shirt.
So for all those who thought that it was a tactical masterclass, it really wasn't. It was just 2 teams turning up that didn't want to overcommit and lose the game. There was no tactical masterclass to it. And if you're going to go on who's got the best defence in the league, then, well, we've got better defence than Burnley because we restricted them to only 4 off-target shots, where they restricted us to 8 off-target shots and 1 on-target shot. So therefore, our defence is better than your fucking defence.
I mean, the real underlying
your
number
goalkeeper's better than ours, granted.
To say, our defence is actually protecting, like they're protecting the goal because they're literally protecting the goal. And this is not by no means going to turn into a Melier roasting session, because the fact of the matter is, in the second game, he had 2 shots at him and he saved them both. Simple as that. But again, their goalkeeper gets them out of a lot of jams. Otherwise, promotion race would be almost over. But obviously, that was our lineup. That's their formation. For anyone's interested, that was how we lined up. That's the sort of lineup you put out when you are looking for a 0-0 draw, in my opinion. Otherwise, you'd have played Rothwell. Again, in my opinion, could be totally wrong. I'm not saying that we didn't set out to win the game, but the fact of the matter is, we only slightly tried to win the game more than they did. People like you, I know you were saying, Ben, about tactical masterclass. I did find it fascinating in the way that those teams actually went about it. But as a spectacle, it was like watching paint dry.
It was worse than watching paint dry. I've had more fun watching paint dry. I watched some paint dry the other day to see what colour it dried on my wall.
He wasn't that. I believe Ridsdale appeared at Leeds. Was it 1997 or was it 96?
About 96, I think, or maybe even 95. You know, he entered the backroom staff, didn't he? And he's on a fair few. He's on a George Graham. I know that interview in the background. I'm not 100% if he is with Wilco. I'm not 100%, but I know he came in under the fact.
Not around in 92. I know he's definitely not, because was that Leslie Silver?
Leslie Silver and Bill Fotherby, but Bill Fotherby was still around when it's because it was the board, and then he got voted on as chairman, didn't he? And just as it went tits up, he'd been voted as another round as chairman again, and then obviously it went tits up.
All we need is a left centre back for cover. We're good. No Sam, Leslie Silver, Bill Fotherby. Sam's obviously appreciating that. He's been educated by about 4 Leeds fans separately. But not to dig anyone out. So obviously, cut a long story short, the game kicked off. Then the game hit half-time. And I know you're all sitting there thinking, I'm now going to put up the full time. No, there was 1 Leeds tweet. one Leeds tweet, which it caught me off guard. I just thought it was so lovely that it needs to go up on the airbed. It needs to. 85th minute. Here's a nice picture of Largy. The epitome of nothing is happening in this game. Let's just put up a nice photo of one of our players. And then it was full time. Not one for the neutrals, but an important point on the road. It really was an important point. In hindsight, entered the backroom staff.
I don't look at it like that. I look at it as we had every opportunity to go and win that game and didn't. I don't like points. You start accepting points and you become Burnley overnight, don't you? It's like, nah.
I don't know. I've got the feeling that suits us a lot more than it suits them.
Probably does, but how does it suit Sheffield United in the middle? Do you know? We could have gone further ahead of them. It's not just a 2-team equation, is it? It's a 4-team equation at the minute. Let's hope that Middlesbrough win and make it a 3-team equation.
I think the real takeaway on this though is that the important thing was to make sure it didn't become us level on points for Burnley. That was the real key thing in this, because that would have been a nightmare. But at the same point,
I did have an argument with a Sunderland fan on some YouTube channel, and I did say to him, and he did say that what I know about football ain't worth knowing. But I did say that Leeds had finished 15 points ahead of Sunderland, and by February we'll be 8 clear of them. So what I know about football can't all be that shit, can it, really?
We'll have our moments, I suppose. Someone tell Leeds United underway isn't a word. I mean, you are you on Twitter? I mean, you can literally tell them. Always take a point against promotion rival. I agree, Jimmy. I think. Hello, Liam Campbell. How you doing, sir?
Oh, that was you. Sorry, Tom. Someone's just pressed my phone.
Oh, hello. It's touching Ben's phone.
Not how that happened.
But the real takeaway, despite everything we just said for about 30 seconds, is this Burnley fan, Michael, so Burnley Football Club Michael, has said, getting great value for money with my season ticket because 6 of his 8 home games this season, at the moment, 0-0.
My work colleagues have joined us, Liam and Peter. Hello, welcome.
Oh, hello, work colleagues.
For all the Arsenal fans in here, they're sat top of the league, them too. So,
okay. Smash the likes. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate that. Underway is a word. It's an adjective, while underway, gap or space, is an adverb.
What the fuck's this shit? Come on.
Anyway, so on Saturday, on to the actual important games. Actually, before that, because I know you did bring it up, as in the stats. Those are the stats, and Ben is correct. Every stat he just named is actually depicted here, to be fair to him. So, for anyone who's interested in stats in football, there you go. But we'll get away from that shit. So,
yeah,
this is Elland Road, the only place for us, some would say. That was our lineup. In hindsight, Ben, is there any way you'd have changed that lineup?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd have changed the goalkeeper.
Okay, so who would you have actually put in goal? Verba?
A scaffolding pole. That's all we needed.
To make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah. We might have conceded one with the scaffolding pole, but still.
Yeah. Just for the sake of brevity, this is the lineup. These are the victims yesterday of the crime. So I was very pleased to see that El Ghazi, who I believe did score a winning goal at Elland Road for Aston Villa during lockdown, he's gone from strength to strength, hasn't he? Because he's now rocking up at Cardiff.
Well, yeah. Just for retrospect, if Meslier would have been playing for Cardiff yesterday, it would have been 14-0.
Pickers says, not in the context of Leeds' tweet, Sam. And sounds like, but underway is actually a word. To which then Rosie has popped in with, hey, hope you're well, gents. To which, oh no, the Rangers fan is here. Hide your purses. Because Sam Greenwood's around. I don't even know what that means, but still, I don't even know why I said that. Make sure your trainees, I mean, they're going at it, so we'll get on with the game. The game kicked off. Oh no, tell a lie. We actually had this formation. They had this formation. Their plan to turn that into a back eight was undone very quickly, which I think is the key for a lot of our recent form. We've not given a lot of teams the time to actually set into their plan of low blocking us to death. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Last 3 out of the last 4 we've scored within the first 10 minutes. Well,
I believe it. 3 minutes against Sheffield Wednesday, 30 seconds against Norwich, and then 5 minutes here. Yeah. We just can't afford to let these teams settle into their low block, because I know it sounds like really insightful and it's like or obvious, but the longer it takes Leeds to score, the more the crowd will get frustrated, and the harder it becomes to break these low blocks. So just break them in the first minute of the game when they've not actually properly settled into their plan, because they'll train all week then to low block us to death. But then if you fuck that up in 5 minutes, they have nothing. And it's like, oh, okay, you turned up to get a 0-0 win, but we're 1-0 up. What you got for us? As arrogant as that may sound.
There's only Blackburn, well, and obviously Portsmouth that have done out about that.
Mr. Friend's reference already. I didn't say it. I did not properly do it, the joke with the meme and anything like that. Anyway. Hi Taib, how you doing?
I even highlighted the Friends reference as well, so
yeah, Ben made Friends reference. We can pretend he did. Anyway.
I contributed to it.
Yeah. Totally did.
Yeah.
Totally did. So the game kicked off, and that's the last you'll be seeing of Melier in this set of photos, because wasn't very busy, was he? Brendan Aronson was gifted an open goal by what's his name? Daniel James.
He still had 2 defenders to beat on the line.
He did.
Give him credit.
I will give him that credit.
He put it
I
right
was
between
surprised
them.
he actually put it between them.
Yeah. Most dangerous place, and that's where he put it.
It's what it's anywho. Yeah, I mean, obviously carried on then going at them, and then there's another goal. Oh wait, we scored again, Ben. Huh. Clinical.
It's very lazy tweeting, do you not think? He's put an R in there. No, not that R. Yeah, and that one. That's just lazy tweeting.
I think it's more surprised that things are going well. But anyhow, half time, 2-0 up at the break, and I'm sat there, and I don't know if this is my propensity to expect the worst, but I sat there while we played Hull away, and what happened. So
I get that.
I was not treating this game as over at 2-0. I sat there while Leeds were 3-0 up against Cardiff under Marcelo Bielsa, and we didn't win. So only when it hit about 5 or 6 at the end of the game, I was like, I feel like this game is over.
I watched do you know the Cardiff kid with the polite mouth that the square ball highlight a lot? I watched his channel today. Bless his little soul. He looked like he wanted to cry at the end. He had the best day of his life, followed by the worst 2 hours of his life. But what I did notice, and you don't really grasp it while watching the game, is the amount of shots on goal we actually had. It's just relentless yesterday.
I've got it right here, Ben. We average a shot every 3 minutes in the game, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when you're talking about a 90-minute football match. And that I can't really put in the words the level of dominance that was held over this team. It was unfair. It was borderline unfair.
Look, the fact they got 2 shots and 1 on target was credit, really. It was just pure domination, as you're going to see.
I love how he sailed up the Potomac, burned down the White House in 1814. Fuck's that on about? Sam, has someone hacked you? And anyway, my mother, thanks for having me on last night, Tom. Absolutely welcome. Joined us for the wrestling. I had a great time. It was good fun. Even Sam Greenwood loved it.
Sam Greenwood loves everything.
He really does. Surely relaxed at 4 goals. No, Ian, because I support Leeds United. And there was still time on the clock at 4. Should have gone back to 1816. You did do well, Stacey, to be fair. And it was that or an all-paid coach trip to Ayr. I don't know where they're at the moment.
It's not a bad place.
Where are the Yanks? I'm sure it
is. Glasgow.
Sam says, I do, Ben, you reprehensible slag. Absolutely. I'm sure we'd love to have you back on the show. And there's Stacey's mum. There you go.
Stacey's mum's got it going on.
Yeah, we did all that. That was a great song in its day. Relaxed at 4 goals. Okay, Ian. Congratulations. So obviously Daniel James, Dan, the true hero yesterday is Junior Firpo, though, isn't it?
I know we haven't visited it this week, and I don't think we've actually got one. But my wanker of the week's the twat that pushed him into the advertising hoardings when he was.
Someone dared to touch him.
Yeah, they did. They pushed him into the advertising hoardings, and he nearly fell over them. And that's my wanker of the week. I don't know who it was, but he's a wanker.
I went with the actual thing that you actually suggested on Monday.
Well, we'll go with that. Yeah, but my wanker of yesterday was him.
Absolutely. A human being dared to touch Sir Junior Firpo.
Yeah, well, it's a toss-up between him and the linesman that gave Dan James his goal offside. Was it Dan James who scored out? Well, anyway, that goal offside, but then I seen the replay at half-time and he was actually offside, so I let him off. And it reverted to, right, well, there's my decision. That twat.
Do you think there was a bit in him that was like, we can do with not applying the rules in this situation, like we can do with Cardiff need it more than Leeds do?
Cardiff need a lot more than Leeds. Let's face it. I felt for that little kid yesterday. He seems a really nice kid, right? That's just allowed to come out of himself on a match day, and then he has to go back to Sunday school the minute he walks through the front door.
It's a great video. I watched the video this morning that you're talking about. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, it's that Cardiff City. Is it that Cardiff City kid or lad? Yeah,
something like that. I'll have a look. I'll tell you now.
How long story short, basically, because of his infamy on the Square Ball show, they had a word with Angus Kinnear, the lead CEO, and basically got this kid put in the what do you call it? Like he got to go on the pitch, got to meet all the players. Which, considering like he's a 13-year-old boy, it's like a great day out. Like it's the sort of thing you'd get when you're the home mascot. But he still had to sit there and watch his team get absolutely demolished.
Mauled, yeah. 1 second.
We did then get a penalty, which
that Cardiff City fan.
That Cardiff City fan. My apologies.
He's got a nice 45,000 views.
Sorry?
Nice 45,000 views on the video for him. Bless him.
Loads of them. He's a secret Leeds fan. From what I can tell.
I think he'd make a good Leeds fan, and I think his Cardiff loyalty's the one thing stopping him loving Leeds. But I think yesterday went a long way for him. Do you know? it's not usually two clubs that tend to bond, is it really? But he's going to have a soft spot for us all his life.
Yeah, because Cardiff didn't give him pitch side access and let him meet all his heroes and stuff like that, like we did.
Look, a lot of Leeds fans don't get that access. Do you know what I mean? Look at how many Leeds fans' childhoods have diminished into adulthood, and the dream of being a mascot or whatever's gone.
Thanks, Jess. Thank you very much.
What I do not agree with is when the players' kids are mascots. His dad still think that's right. They can come up to the end and celebrate. That's fine. At the end of the season, end of the cup final, that's fine. But they shouldn't be the mascots. That's a privilege too far for me.
I think if the players' kids are mascots, they should pay whatever it costs to be a mascot.
Yeah, no, I think they should pay triple.
Fuck it, why not? Why not?
Well, what's the benefit to them, right? Those players that they're going on the pitch with, right, which is the kid's dream, right? They see every day anyway, coming around their house. So it's not special to them, is it? It's just a privilege too far.
I don't think anyone should have to pay to be a mascot.
No, it should be like a lottery, a lottery.
I just think it takes away the magic of it. It's like, yeah, well done, your parents can afford to pay for this.
Yeah.
Which, that's not the case.
When I first started going, you didn't pay to be the mascot. It was, your name was in a hat, basically. And then, obviously, the Premier League came along and money just took over and football was ruined.
I think I appreciate that, Ian. So Willie Friednonto came on, and within about 20 seconds he scored, and he started doing. They've got him doing Hulk Hogan pose in the photo, which is lovely. They went. The goals keep on coming. It's like then we had a bit of a drought because then we stopped scoring for about 20 minutes.
Well, there was a good, in total, 50-minute period where we was just obviously attacking, but no goals. They came
camped in their box.
Yeah, just camped, basically.
Shocking, Sam. Obviously, then near the end of the game, it was so dominant that even Matteo Joseph scored.
I'd like to see if Cardiff actually passed the ball to us more than we actually passed the ball to us yesterday.
I did at a certain stage, I did start to feel a bit bad for them, but I realised that's my personal weakness as a human being. I'm the sort of person that if I'm beating someone like 3-0 on FIFA, I will just, without even thinking, like, just start not playing as well. I'm not even really good at it, but it's just how I am. Like, I haven't got the killer instinct as such to actually then do someone 8-0 on FIFA.
Who fuck are you?
It's true. But when I then think back to the amount of times that Cardiff actually done that, not 7, but where like Cardiff beat us and comfortably beat us and things like this, it's like, I can sort of stomach at least one of these against them.
That's redeemed the cup defeat for me. You see, they had that over us where their lowly minnows beat our league giants or whatever.
Yeah, well, we were top of the league.
Yeah, and now 7-0 trumps that, doesn't it? Whether you're on a level playing field or not, 7-0 trumps that.
Well, because with that, in my opinion, that result has been coming for a long time. But we've had a lot of games where we've had a lot of the ball, and I say we've scored 3 goals. In like Sheffield Wednesday, we should have. Obviously, that was a lot closer than a 3-0 game, but there's been a lot of 3-0 games where it should have been 4-0 games.
Oh, there's been plenty of games at even 2-0 and cruising, like we was yesterday, where we've just put the brakes on at half time and just seen the game out. And it happened a few times last year when we were 4-0 up against Huddersfield.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
4-0 at half time, and then all of a sudden it stayed 4-0. And that was primed for a record scoreline.
Plymouth, didn't they? Do you know, 5-0 up, you're cruising. They should have just gone to town, personally. Why do you need to protect a 5-0 lead? You don't.
It was because Scott Parker's like, all right, we've managed to fluke our way into a 5-0 lead, but we don't want to actually try hard in the second half because we've got to play Leeds in about 5 days' time. We've got to get on the training field, learn how to do some defending, however you want to put it. But LOBX Gunner with Spike Lee ain't got shit on me. Spike Lee and BX had it out on Instagram once.
Good day.
That's a thing. That's 100% part of the law.
Well, the real Spike Lee or just
the real Spike Lee, his actual official account.
I like it.
Very good. It was very good.
My kind of guy. My kind of guy. Do you want to start with Rudiger?
So then, obviously, Peru makes it 7. That's that word. Sorry.
That's how they spell it in Dutch.
Okay. In all seriousness, Tom's favourite phrase. Have Leeds and Arsenal ever respectively won 7-0 and 5-1 in the same weekend before? I highly doubt it.
It would have happened pre-1972 if it did.
That was when we beat Southampton 7-0, was it not?
Mm-hmm.
So if you won 5-1 on the weekend that Leeds beat Southampton in 1972, then the answer to your question, Sam, is yes. And as Ian quite rightly puts that, Spike Lee!
Is he related to Dragon?
He has to be related to Dragon Lee. Has to be.
It'd be great if Spike Lee did a Dragon Lee movie, wouldn't it?
Might be the best. Obviously, at full time, absolutely astonishing, which it really was. Because, let's be fair, we ain't going to have many weekends where we sit here discussing a 7-0 win.
No.
I mean, if we start...
It could be possible this season. We've got worse teams than that to play, in my opinion. Well, I don't know after on yesterday's showing, but we've still got some...
It depends how much Plymouth fancy it.
Play.
I want to see how much Plymouth fancy on the final weekend.
Wouldn't it have been better like next week, though?
It would have been really handy. Well, they won yesterday, to be fair to them.
Did they? Well, they're on a nice little streak, aren't they, at the minute? Let's end that one.
Coventry, fucking hell. To cut a long story short, must be Tom's favourite phrase, as well as Spandau Ballet's best song. I suppose I do say that a lot.
He does like to cut a long story short, though, unlike Daniel Farker.
Hang this up and put it in the Louvre. Yeah. I mean, it's quite handy, that. Let's have one more look at it. That's a lot of numbers. But Ben may have sent me something in reference to how many goals we scored today. 7.
Not pissed me off. Forest stole our limelight a bit.
They may have done.
Fair play.
Obviously,
fair play to them. I'm not a big Forest biggest advocate, but I don't really have any reason to hate them. Although Brian Clough was a prick, but he's gone. So fair play to what they're doing. I mean, it is nice to see sort of another Leicester happening again. Do you know? We're a little minnow amongst the big boys.
That's sort of the best it'll get from.
Of course.
The minnows now, like actual success for teams outside the big six are just being in the Champions League.
Yeah, it just gives the Premier League another excuse to go, oh, well, look.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can do anything.
It's because we didn't really punish them enough when they actually broke the rules. Cut a long story short, sorry everyone, young to say it, they actively chose Luton, they chose Nottingham Forest over Luton, essentially. that decision may have been very different if it was Sheffield United or someone else that was not quite Luton.
Or if that was Leeds.
Maybe. And if it was Leeds, it would have been, no, we'll actually give Nottingham Forest points. I don't believe in a genuine conspiracy against Leeds, but still. Hello, Spencer. How you doing? And he said, fuck City. Someone has to.
I thought this 115 charges was happening in December. What the fuck's going on?
Oh, it increased to 130, by the way.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it's 130. So
well,
probably they've added on
another 3 years while they sort out these 15 charges, have we?
Yeah.
And then it'll increase again.
Sorry, I can't help pressing the 7 button. Sorry, 7. Sorry, what everyone want? Not everyone. Sorry, I'm rambling, but when else am I ever going to get to do this because of friends? As in 7. How many goals did we score? 7. Sorry, I'm going too fast for the thing to actually work. Oh, and just to save myself a bit of time, I made another one. 7. Yes. Yeah. I'm finished. I'm sorry. Fuck Manchester, Bremner, chat room. You know what? One more time. 7. Sorry.
That will be one more time.
No, I'm going to go back to it 7 million times between now and then. It's a lie.
Far too early to be saying that.
I've told something that's patently untrue, so I apologise.
7.
She looks like she's been on the Rampant Rabbit. She had been. If you'd
7
ever seen that episode, she certainly had been. Hope you're well, sir. Good to see you and Holly last night. You blew us away. That sounds like an 80s song, lyric or something like that. Anyway. So, mid-show question of the week. Which number does Monica Geller like saying more than any other?
16.
Fuck it, why not? Yar!
Which number?
Name these. Yul Brenner, Charles Bronson, Steve McQueen, James Coburn, Eli Wallach, Horst Buchholz, and Robert Vaughan. I remember Robert Vaughan. 7 is my lucky number. Oh, really, Ian?
Just for you, Ian.
Where's the jungle? 1921. 7. 14.
That's number 1.
9. That's number 1. This could take a while. I do have the unofficial answer, though. It's obviously 7. Anyway. If anyone thinks I'm going to start saying that up again, I 100 will go back to it, because of course I will. Hello, Lawrence. Your team better win tomorrow night, so I'll get a magic free. Sweet.
I hope they're good, Lawrence, after all that, whatever was going on when I went to bed.
The original Magnificent 7.
Do you know the picture of the West Ham thing I sent you?
Yeah.
Well, I posted it on the Happy Hour thing, and it caused quite a stir.
Where are you on again? Magnificent 7. Lawrence. If I'm saying no to Lawrence. But in all seriousness, I hope you're well, Lawrence. In all seriousness. Hang on. Just did say something to me, didn't she? Let's have a look. Not a problem, Jess. It was genuinely fun. For both games, Ben, we're going to go for some twatting black. So obviously the first referee, Josh Smith, the ref against Burnley.
Didn't notice him. Thought he was
Michael Salisbury.
A bit weak on a few few fouls, but that's about it. And yesterday, I wasn't bothered. He
made the right decisions generally when he went goal.
Yeah, he just
goal. He did it enough times for my liking. Question, mid-show question of the week. How many times did he do it for my liking? I said what I just said.
6.5.
Correct, almost certainly. Actually, for the benefit of the audience, so this is actually statistics on the game. Jesus Christ, how did John get all the scorers in plus the leads? But anyway, impressive still. 29 shots on goal. That's more clinical than we usually are. 12 on target, 5. So only 5 were saved. I say only. Their goalkeeper obviously had a right torrid afternoon.
I don't think his defence helped him.
It really didn't.
Especially the fullbacks. I mean, the same goal 4 times.
Yeah. So obviously, props will go out to, I can say props because I'm gangster. Props will go to Junior Firpo for his 3 assists.
And to Dan James for his 2 and goal.
Yeah.
Dan James was on fire. But they were all great yesterday, let's be honest. Even Melier did his job.
Yeah. Hey, to people that do attack him, the fact of the matter is, sometimes most of the time, to be fair, it's justified. But if you're going to complain about him, I'm not saying, Ben, you're doing this, but generally to people that are at agenda against him, he didn't concede, but it ain't the fact that he didn't concede because there were no shots at him. There were shots at him, and he saved them. That's it.
Did his job, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
All I ask of him, yeah. Just do your job right and don't be a fucking idiot and concentrate.
Swings and roundabouts, certainly is. Peacock shat on the Bluebirds. Club need to hurry up and sign Firpo for another year. I'm very upset at this talk that he's not going to be at the club next year.
I don't think he is.
I also don't think he is, but I'm very upset at the thought of it.
When I saw him in his car, in his Aston Martin, he sort of gave me a wave, and it was more of a wave goodbye, I think. I think he wanted me to pass it on to you.
I appreciate you passing it on to me. Hawkwind, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. So, we move on to some nonsense. What we got? So, obviously, the results for the match week in general. This was obviously last week's. So, obviously, we'd already put that up last week, at this time last week, because the only game that Adam played was us. So, obviously, this week, tomorrow night on ITV, Middlesbrough playing Sunderland. So if you want to not watch that, you'll not be watching it on ITV, just in case anyone wants to know. Is there anything on there that stands out to you, Ben? Result-wise, worth talking about?
Yeah, Leeds. Are they even on there? No. Yeah, they're Leeds Coventry. That stands out to me. Oh, no, no. You see, that's how small it is, mate. I can't see.
I'll put up. It's got another one anyway. Breaking news: Arsenal signing Junior Firpo and loaning him out to Apoel Nicosia.
Plymouth won. That stands out to me.
They did. They were losing as well, and then they came back and won near the end. Yeah.
Especially after the 5-0 rout that West Brom produced.
I mean that is how you come back from losing 5-0. To be fair to them, I thought.
Oxford were poor. They were down to 9 men, weren't they, Bristol?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
If you can't beat 9 men at home, it's shit.
It's interesting you say that, though, because upcoming is obviously Burnley are playing Oxford at home.
Well, that's a 0-0.
Hopefully. I'll be fucking thrilled if that finishes 0-0.
Oh, I will, as long as we capitalise on it.
I hope it's the most boring game of football you'll ever see in your life. I'm not going to watch it, but still.
That fucker, anything. Why are these kickoffs at 2:40? Are these American kickoffs?
Yeah.
Right. So it's 7:45 for
Yeah.
those in England. Not quite sure what the time difference is for Scandinavia, so you just have to work that one out yourself, guys.
I mean, generally the same time of football usually played in midweek, though, generally speaking. But yeah, so we are
on to Portsmouth. Portsmouth aren't that great on road, I think, to be honest.
No, we are playing Coventry, mate, because of the cup game on Saturday. It's important to know.
After they get beat on Monday, I think Sunderland will beat Watford because they'll be due a win.
You could well be right, but for the benefit of anyone with flash photography, this is the championship table. I don't know why you'd need flash photography for this, because just look it up on your phone. And that is the table. And for the benefit of brevity, hang on. John, I need some food. Have a good show watching on telly. What food are you going to be eating, John? Let's take this down just so we can see the actual table. Apologies. I mean, it's looking quite healthy.
And we are officially England's top scorers.
100%. After 30 games, having a goal difference of 41 is genuinely filthy.
Yeah. And I'd rather have a goal difference of 41 than a goals against of 9.
Yes. Because for all of this, you know,
I can't remember what 10-0
defense wins you championships.
10-0 draws.
You know, it's unacceptable. Defense does win you championships, Ben, but so does 19 conceded. Right, like our defensive record is still very good, regardless of the fact that theirs is great. But you just said 10-0 draws. I don't know how they can be happy with it. Coventry is a rearranged game. Yes, because it was going to happen Saturday, Ian. Because it got moved because we're playing Millwall, I believe. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Good to see you. Feel sorry for Burnley having to watch that dross every week. Absolutely.
I don't feel sorry for him.
Ben, the humanitarian of the year, of course. Should we get into the wanker of the week?
Yeah, go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
Okay. Wanker of the week.
Hey, Chris.
This week's wanker of the week is sponsored by Scott Parker.
Yeah, for unleashing that dross on football as a whole.
While dressed like that.
While dressed like while dressed like the subject matter of To Catch a Predator.
Okay. But for inflicting 2-0 draws on his paying fans in a week, you are a wanker, sir. Hey, Chris. Hope you're well, mate. Scott Parker. Happy Arsenal fans are wankers of the week. Nothing is worse than that. Scott Plonker. 100%. 100%. Ben, do you want to do dipshits first or question of the week?
Dipshits.
Let's do dipshits. The dipshits. As we say most weeks lately is Andy Hinchcliffe, because he didn't commentate on Leeds, to my knowledge.
Seems to have got more Premier League coverage this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing something right in the eyes of the Sky Sports wankers.
So the opening one is Matthew Blackwood said, I'll happily pay an extra couple of quid for Sky Sports if Andy Hinchcliffe is relieved of duties ASAP. And Josh Davidson said, Andy Hinchcliffe said, this is clearly going to be 1-1. Goal disallowed immediately. He is horrendous. will forever turn Sky's volume down until he stops getting the gig. I'm not a proponent of violence, but Lee Dixon does test my patience. To which main man Mile replies, "That's not Lee Dixon, it's Andy Hinchcliffe or someone. He's always got it out for Villa, he does." I presume Hinchcliffe got the Villa Wolves game yesterday. And Cal Ferguson says, "Who gave Andy Hinchcliffe the job of co-commentator, for fuck's sake?" And Hinchcliffe makes every tackle seem like a personal attack.
What's worse about it is he's actually got a fucking school for commentary. He actually teaches people to do that.
Yeah. You can't be on Sky unless you've gone to his commentary school, to my understanding. But the final one, he does got it out for Villa. Surprised Spawny Mark is in here. He must be buzzing too. I imagine he is. Alex 152 with Andy Hinchcliffe is a top tier mong. You know, I'll always try and make the last one be an insult that is rarely heard, or is mainly said when I was 12.
Oh, it's worded better.
Yeah. Talking shite with Andy Hinchcliffe. Absolutely. So that's it for the dipshits for another week. Come back next week where we'll have more commentary insights from the Twitterverse. So it's question of the week time. Are you all ready?
It's a choice. It's a choice of two.
3 years. And the fifth talking balls. Russ, do you want jingle played again? It's a rhetorical question. I know the answer already. Roll up. Mr. Tom's back to the usual question of the week. What do you think the question is, Ben?
Burnley. Do you know why I think it's Burnley? Because we didn't play them last season.
That's interesting.
Or it could be the other way, just because it was lazy.
General rule of thumb with this is I try to do it when we're the home team. We've just had we've had a nice little run where on the weekends we've been the home team and the away team in midweek. But anyway, so Derby again. Wow. This week's question of the week is: who are these lucky gentlemen who have played for both Leeds United and Cardiff City? And your initials this week are.
I remember the guy who did like Tom Wilson or something from 1932.
No, he's quite recent. I believe he played for us in 2006, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I was wrong then. Sol Bamba, we've got to start with Sol.
Oh, of course, it's Sol Bamba.
Lee Peltier.
That's also correct, I believe.
He's not Tony Curry, is it?
I don't believe so.
Right.
Let me check my cheat sheet. No, it's not.
Smelly Muff. Are we doing this? Are we now? Smelly Muff.
Right, so we've got Ian with the correct answer, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Right.
We've got
just to The best KAE wins.
Long play on defence. John Charles is obviously correct. Tiny Winkle. Tip wanking goal. Smelly Muff, already noticed by Ben. And John Candy, of course. The Rim Mob up front. JF Hennedy. Johnny Crocker and up front. I'm surprised he's not in goal, obviously, because the gloves didn't fit.
Kiss and erection.
Sadomasochist in the centre of the midfield.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Jugs Cumberbatch, which is what the missus calls me. Now I'm going to go back and see what she called. Oh, wow. Okay. Lembit Popic.
Tasman Archer.
Pat Disc in defence. Russ Morgan in midfield. Oh, sorry, up front, sorry. even Anders said Russ Morgan. Yeah, you're correct, Russ. He's Tony Warner. He's definitely Tony Warner. Obviously, Spunk Bubble doing his best in centre defence. Crumpet down low, compact disc, of course. Kanye, K-A-E, as he was known. Not to me, he wasn't, but still. Silly buggers in defence. Obviously, you're not going to get the central midfielder. Be very surprised. But I'm surprised you've not got all the forwards.
Want me to go then, right, properly?
Please do.
Right. Forwards. John Charles.
Yep.
Correct,
Russ. Who is RM for Leeds United and Cardiff?
Marquez.
Yes, we'll say it is, but it's actually a more real such correct name.
I'm thinking it's Ricketts Michael.
Ricky Michael, Toll Watt. John, you did say John Charles, and it was correct ages ago. Shawn Michaels.
Sorry for stealing your thunder, Ian. That was the easy one of the three. Come on, do some proper work.
I'll give you a clue. Steve Bruce once had to climb over his gate because he couldn't get out to go to training. That's a real story.
Robert Molyneux.
It's not Robert Molyneux would ask the gate to open itself, and it would, because he's the Terminator. Raoul Moat, to which Chris Nick says that is not remotely funny. But did Gazza turn up with a bucket chicken in his hand?
Fuck, I don't know. I keep looking at JFH and thinking, what the fuck? I keep thinking Jan Ager Fjortoft. Fit, and every time I think about it, it don't fit.
I'll give everyone another 2 minutes to basically throw out all their best answers. But obviously, it's a very championshipy team. Obviously, to be fair to them, but obviously CD. Yeah, you are right. It is Stephen McFalruss. Impressive. Shutters black belt. In fact, I'm just grabbing another swig of this carbonated beverage. And we'll set about doing the answers.
Tip wanking goal.
Definitely. John Fashanu, hockey ball. Fashanu with a new sport. Lulu Pingu. They're just inventing new words every week now.
You could have Justin Fashion You and then whatever you want to make out of the H.
Yeah. Justin Fashion You, hand job.
Yeah.
Probably. Steve Martin. Just finger horses.
Or just fuck horses.
Horses for courses. Crusty dust bucket.
Justin Fashion You's husband, I like.
Fucking hell. Oh my god. I didn't realise how much we'd quite stumbled onto a new aspect of the game. One where the game is not actually played properly, but funnily.
Yeah, but you should know this audience.
Yeah. I'm not complaining about it. I wished it had happened sooner because there was a week that people didn't know the answers.
I'm going to go with knuckles and elbows.
Knuckles and elbows, why not? Absolutely, why not? Richard Madeley, Jennifer, Smelly Bad Hunter. It's the best game of the week. People waited for Leeds versus Cardiff, and as Kristen said, we are scum, Mr. Tom. We like this stuff. I'm glad you enjoy it, Chris. In all seriousness. If I can cut a long story short, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. I'm going to throw up the answers.
Let's see how many you were right.
Yeah, just see how many you did know and how many you did not. The answers are obviously Tony Warner, Cody Drama.
Jimmy Floyd. How did I not get Jimmy Floyd? Wow. I've never even heard of Kevin Ahern Evans. Kevin Evans, that's a bit of a mouthful.
I did have to double check whether he knew Caroline Ahern, but still. Tom Adeyemi, they're human beings. Tony Capaldi. But I'm surprised you didn't get Ross McCormack.
Wasn't here long enough. Had one good season.
He is the one who Steve Bruce phoned him, goes, "Why weren't you at training?" To which he answered, "The gate in my house is stuck." So he couldn't leave the house. So Steve Bruce, to make a point, climbed over his fence to prove that Ross McCormack should have climbed over the fence. Quite a story. He's Peter Capaldi's brother. Phil Walnut went nuts and had to retire. Tony Capaldi sounds like a baddie on Peaky Blinders.
He sounds like a mafia hitman.
Sorry?
Sounds like a mafia hitman.
Yeah. Made up, surely, Sam. Are we sure KAE was a real footballer? Made up. I am considering doing one of entirely made up names. Just to see what happened.
I'm just looking for some I've dropped. For fuck's sake. One of them. I've lost it.
Yeah. This has actually given me an idea for next week.
Yeah.
Lewis Capaldi. Well, because we're playing Millwall.
We are.
So rather than waste the cup game when we've already got Millwall to come at home, I do believe it's going to play out like that Quiz Mania or whatever it was that would happen on channel 5 or something like that. It happened like at 2 a.m. where drunk idiots would phone up and go, "Ooh, 2 + 2 is 4." If they could actually get through. That's a great idea. Thank you very much, Rosie. And is it mean time yet? It's never not mean time.
Is Rosie feeling all right? Is Rosie all right? She's crediting you, Tom.
Do you know she makes videos clipping this?
Does she?
She's clipped this, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. To be fair to her, the editing on it is it's better than any editing I've ever tried, to be fair.
And where can I see this?
over on her YouTube channel,
which is
Food and Giggles, and food. Is it Food and Giggles? Excuse me.
Put your link up, Rosie, and I'll subscribe.
I believe if she puts the link in, it won't actually come up, though, unfortunately. So you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it for her. It's no problem.
I'll just send me it if you want.
Yeah, sure. What am I doing? Just give me a second. I'll find it.
Just give me 1 second to disappear. I will be back.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Don't know where I've put something. Found it. I was at the desk earlier, right? But then I just thought, I can't sit here rigid like you for 2 hours. I'm too long. I need to stretch out and shit. So that's why Mr. Tom's always, Director John's always whinging at my camera height because he don't know what it's like to be 6'5".
I don't think I ever will. Let me try and find it. Got it. For your benefit, Ben, it is. I've got it here. There you go. That is, for anyone who's interested, that is Rosie's channel. So it's Food, Giggles and Footy. My apologies for misnaming it. It was something like that. But for Tom to reach 6'5", he'd need to sit on Director John's shoulders while Director John was probably on a step ladder. I don't know. I was guessing. Other than that, is it really your favourite game of the week? You're pulling a sarcasm on me, are you? But no, in all seriousness, do appreciate his support, of course. Thumbnail cassette tape, that did amuse me. My son's same problem, Ben. He's almost 6'4". He used to have terrible growing pains. That's something I never had, unsurprisingly.
I feel for him.
So
everyone's like, I'd love to be tall, and it's all right sometimes, but you stand out in a crowd and you bang your head a lot on things, and you get back and neck ache a lot. So I'd like to be short.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like. I hate when I have to bang my head on a cat flap. But,
do you know? And I'm not gonna lie. I obviously got I can get the idea out of sort of what height you are, can't you? Similarly, but when you turned up, you were a lot shorter than I anticipated, and I don't mean that offensively. But yeah, you were, but not as shocked as when I met James. James has got the biggest character, and he comes across as a big guy, and he's just not. He was tiny.
There you go. I was always the tallest in my friend groups. Doesn't stop me from loving Niels. Well, so for the benefit of anyone that keeps track of this, these were our predictions for the month of January. Ben defeated me this month. So my streak of December is over. Getting a lot of scores right in December, but not this month. I just first start laughing. Not what you said, how Tom, I don't get how I reacted. I wasn't aware what I was supposed to say to that. Any of that. So, in the month of February, this is what we predicted. Admittedly, with a few goals off yesterday, I think we're going to get some wins on the board this
week. We've got 7 goals between us, so...
That's true.
How many goals did we get between us, Tom?
It's funny you said that. That's I'm unsure, but it sounds like there was seven between us. We're doing well. How many times are we going to get to say 7 between now and the end of the show? 7.
Oh, so we've both gone 2-1. Very rare.
The face you pulled, if you look back, you react. I've never ever watched back any of these. And people may say that is naive as a YouTuber. It's like, but I prefer to just move on to the next thing.
I've gone for the perfect February, by the way. Because on past seasons, I think we need it before the March international break, just to secure any mishaps or injuries that we may get from that. Because I'm not holding my breath for anything special tomorrow, if anything at all.
19 times. Yeah, no, I agree with that, because last season we won pretty much every match between New Year's Day and the March international break, and then it went to shit. But odds on 5 clean sheets in February, probably not very high, admittedly, because...
The good thing is, though, once February's over, everything else is below. Well, I know everything's below us at the minute, but you know what I mean. The three big games are out the way.
That actually does fill me with a little bit of dread, because we were saying the same things this time last year, Ben, in the fact that we're all teams in the bottom half.
QPR, you mean?
Oh my God, that QPR game is going to oh my God, it's in my bones. That absolute. That night, I never realised how much in love with the QPR manager that Andy Hinchcliffe was. He's the best. How's he? Oh, he's got his tactics spot on. His team are responding. Fuck off, Hinchcliffe. Anyway. Fucking Mong. Sorry, what?
Top tier Mong. Go and get it right.
Top tier Mong. Yeah, apologies. Apologies to the gentleman who wrote the tweet, of course. So, are we ready for some memes?
I'm always ready.
Already ready for some memes? Jimmy was asking about him. Jimmy, you ready for some memes? I just like saying memes.
What's meme mean?
I actually don't know. In fact, I don't know. We've got the internet at our fingertips. Let's ask it. I think meme, the word itself, means joke, actually, before I even look at it. An image, video, piece of text, typically humorous in nature, that is copied and spread rapidly by internet users, often with slight variations, or an element of culture or system of behaviour passed from one individual to another by imitation or non-genetic means. But generally, it's basically... There's always one audience reaction shot at the Oscars that gets memed. In a sentence.
You know what phrase I hate? It broke the internet. No, it fucking didn't. No, it didn't.
I mean, there are times where like something happens, and unless Facebook actually just stops working, nothing broke the internet. Like, there are days when the internet stops working, but it's not because someone put a photo up where they weren't half naked. That's never actually happened. It has happened because some technician never did their fucking job that day.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll bring on the memes. Hello, Tarak. How you doing, sir? With your... He was up late as well. He's loving the Royal Rumble. World was a happier place before the fucking internet, and I hate LOL. I prefer the laughter emoji, personally, which I think it's a lot more ubiquitous. There's not many phrases I hate. Saying it's giving. It's not giving anything. Oh, so many phrases I hate. Sorry, I misread that. Do you mean as in like use it's giving in a sentence that you'd hate? Like I'm guessing what you mean is like it's giving vibes, or it's giving XYZ vibes. Of it's giving me anxiety. It makes you feel anxious. All right, fair enough. Okay. I hate any new buzzword which is actually trying to make something shorter but doesn't.
Chillax.
Sorry?
What, like chillax?
That I suppose that's an example of it, yeah. But like when people like abbreviate something like to make it supposedly because it just makes it cooler and easier to say, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I get you.
Like the actual thing, you've actually made the word longer. So there's actually no benefit to it other than you just wanted someone to think you're cool by saying it or whatever. But I mean, it must have worked. But,
I hate a lot of things. I could do a 24-hour show on things about society that's absolute bullshit, and I could tell you exactly why it's bullshit.
It's giving slay.
Everything that you see, except this show, has a bullshit cloud around it, and you just need to see through it. It's all a smoke screen, all of it. Jimmy will tell you.
Football vloggers are the worst thing to happen on the internet. Me too, Ben. Me too. What you saying, cuz? Ben. Lawrence is loving that. People saying, oh my God, there's loads, like Ben says. For the win. Or
I was walking down the street yesterday, Ian, and there's two lasses about between 18 and 20. 18s, early 20s, whatever. One of them was English and one was American. The English girl was speaking quietly, and then the American piped up, "Oh my God," top of her voice, and I just thought, typical.
Oh, fuck the world. Okay. Right. So where are we at? It's time for the Sunday roast, which obviously meant last week was the Champions League, Ben. At the end of the group phase of the Champions League, and they've ended up managing to contrive it in such a way that Real Madrid will be playing Manchester City again in a two-legged contest, which is basically like UEFA's back to milk Man City versus Real Madrid. Yet again. The Real Madrid Man City cow milking annually. It's time for it. A little bit earlier this year. Let's get that cow milked. Up at Bournemouth,
do they not have to dispose of Dortmund and Celtic first? At Munich and Celtic first?
No, the winner of that plays won them.
Ah, right. I didn't quite understand that, how it was written out. Do you know, it looked very confusing.
I think it was meant to like work out like 9th played 23rd, something like that, whatever it was. But just tell me who's playing this week, kind of thing. Obviously, Justin Kluivert managed to not score this somehow. Don't know how. I'm the biggest conspiracy theorist. I end up hating everything too. People say the actual letters. My own pet hate is people who ask a question. Yes, that's what my aunt does. She go. Where you going? Where you been? Work. Shut your fucking mouth, and I'll fucking tell you the answer to the question.
Think for you as well. People that think they know what you think, or think they know what you want, but they don't.
People would not say couldn't care less. It's like, but you could. Because you're grammatically wrong.
Do you know my biggest pet hate? And we've got a guy at work who's a massive advocate for it. Is when you go, "Hello, how are you?" and they go, "Okay." They don't ask how you are back. When the reality is, I couldn't give a fuck if you were on fire, you prick. I'm just being polite. So I was about being polite back. And that's that. That's what I don't like. I don't like rude, ignorant people.
I get what you're saying, but I would at work when I was on call and like I'd get called in to do work, but they'd then start trying to butter me up first, and they're going basically like, "Well, how you doing, Tom?" or whatever, and then but basically I'm like, I could be getting ready to go and do the thing you're about to ask me to do, but instead you're doing this bullshit thing where you're trying to like lay the foundation of politeness. Like, just fucking tell me where you want me to go.
Yeah, no, I get that, but this is me just walking into work and going, "Hiya, how are you?" when I've seen you for the first time for the day. Do you know, as you do?
I get that.
I'm all right.
I do get that.
Or sometimes just get blanked, and it's like
99% of the time, Ben, if someone says something like that to me, I'll do what you just said. I'll do the happy dance, like, "How you doing? I'm great. How have you been doing?" Like, I totally get that. But in this situation at work, I'm basically like, just ask me to do the thing you want me to do, and then pay me to do it, kind of thing.
I'm going to go regardless of the 5 minutes of ass kissing you're about to bestow on me. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Appreciate that. 100 Ian, clairvoyant bellends, manners are free. Absolutely are. No excuse for non-manners. It really wants that. That actually is one of my biggest pet peeves. I know, despite what I just said, but that is really one of my biggest pet peeves. Unnecessary rudeness. I hate shit talkers. I've worked with people who've made things up, and you know they are, and expect you believe them.
Oh no, I'll let them think I'm fucking buying everything that they're fucking telling me. It's funny, and then you play with their heads. I had one guy, right? He was a pot washer when I was at the university, and he tried telling me, right, that his nephew owned PlayStation. So I wonderfully caught him out. I said, "Oh, so he owns Sony?" He went, No, he owns PlayStation. Why would he own Sony?
Couldn't begin to think of why that wouldn't correlate, but still. Hello, Zanzi. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Zanzi, how are you? Evening, Zanzi. It's a nice guy, to be fair to him. MOS celebration, Miles of Skelly, I believe that's the reference to. Yeah. Just a quick dash to say congratulations to Leeds United and their 7-0 victory. Wait a minute. That sounds like the magic number.
How many?
How many, Zanzi? How many? That sounds like... And 1 second. What a Richard Cranium, Ben. Play along. It's funny, dangerous. But more important than any of this, how many goals? How many scraps out of me? How many? Sorry. Just say 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7. Let's go in random directions now. 7. Question of the week. 7. What? 7. 7. 7. 7.
You're going to have something you don't want to in a minute, aye?
7. I'm exhausting myself even doing it. And I just like this, Tom. 2 more than the Gunners, but it wasn't against champions. That actually makes an interesting point. Is winning 7-0 more impressive than winning 5-1, even if the team are shit, but humble? The really important fact. Cardiff are really humble.
Anyone's beating City this season. It's not City you want to be beating, is it? It's Liverpool.
Even Tottenham beat City, and Tottenham beat City, but then Ipswich beat Tottenham. Southampton beat Ipswich. Therefore, Leeds are best.
Have we got any Man United memes? Because
we certainly have.
We failed to mention what a perfect weekend it has been.
I'm just getting used to those kind of perfect weekends. Not that I want to sound arrogant about it, because we've had quite a few of them recently where we've won and they haven't. Beating City isn't for everyone. It's fair to say. Rosie is epileptic now. It would have, if we would have beaten Brighton this season, it would have been amazing. Arsenal fans hate Brighton. Is it Brighton or Neil Mopay more specifically? Cardiff were in good form before Leeds spanked them. Before Leeds bent them over the table and then pulled their gusset aside and was like, anyway, sorry, what? That's not PG. Oh, hey everyone, the Justin Clivert, Mr. Loafing Gob. So, check this out. Happy Villa fans smile like this, but unhappy Villa fans frown like this. Excuse me. Don't know why. Because they lost. So their fans are unhappy because they may be absolutely the Barcelona in the Champions League. They're amazing in the Champions League, but every time they play a Champions League match, they come back to England, they fucking lose, Ben.
A lot of clubs have fallen to that feat.
Yeah. United done me out of 200. Absolutely.
Who?
I can totally believe that.
Who
Gunners don't hate Brighton.
Who?
I get the feeling Tarak doesn't like Brighton, though. Which everyone has the right to like or dislike what they want, of course.
I believe Brighton are amongst one of the many teams that don't like us for some reason.
Yeah, but
even though they spent the majority of our history 3 divisions above them.
On the flip side, of course, when there's a loser, there's a winner. So Villa lost, which basically meant, oh yes, we've won. We've won. Unfortunately, since I bet on Aston Villa, we won't be going for pizza, says the Wolves manager. Sorry, everyone. Gambling, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Need to go. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Enjoy Dan Gooner's show, of course.
See you later, Rosie. I'll make sure I subscribe for you.
Of course.
And give you a watch.
In all seriousness. Hey, Lolo. How you doing?
Lolo, sorry, I was scratching my nose.
No problem. So obviously, this is Wolves 1.
Has Lolo got any bets for us this week? I forgot to do the graphic anyway. So.
No problem. Everton fans, behold your new old god, or your old new god, however way you want to look at it. I meant that if we had beaten them, we'd been closer to Liverpool. So Forest beating Brighton was better than us beating City. It was a great win.
So what you're going to get is you're going to get a good season next season where you finish maybe mid-table, just below European places, and then you're going to go back to relegation fodder the season after, and you're going to sack him and get someone else shitter in and back to where you were.
They've already had Dyche and Allardyce. But anyway, so obviously other winners this weekend include Southampton. Southampton, how could you? Why do you think I watched all those Soccer Saturday episodes with you? To admire Southampton? Well, I don't hear anyone respecting Southampton. Did you? Except that Saints legend who made socially inept online comments. Tweet. Matt Letizier's comments. It's one for one that the people that zoom into YouTube. It's like, it's a bonus. You see the inept things that he said. Anyway, speaking of Ipswich, if you ask me, if you're bad enough to lose to Southampton, you deserve to go down. Ipswich, to which Ipswich said, what? Oh, they're too busy, not paying attention. They're not saying hello to each other. Battered Sheeran. Well, that's the end of me. Because Real Madrid, good at winning trophies. Barcelona, good at scoring goals. Chelsea, good at signing players. Spurs, good night. I don't care that they won. It still counts. Speaking of this, breaking news. Spurs, an agreement has been reached between Spurs and Matthias, or whatever his name is, Tell. They both agree that Spurs will never win the trophy. It's a true agreement. Tottenham beat Wolves to sign Lens defender Danso, to which I shouldn't resist this. I should resist in this, but I'm paralysed with range. Way to pay the boss's head like a bongo, Ange. That's how I imagine it would happen. He'd go, all right, mate. Anyway, the Russ Morgan did send me this in earlier in the week, where it basically says, Man United have said they will not sell Garnacho to one of their rivals. So that rules out Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester, Wolves, Everton and Spurs. This is the worst day of my life. No Manchester United. It's the worst day of your life so far. Losing at home to Crystal Palace. And you've spent how much? If you want to have a good career, leave Man United. Anthony Elanga is the prime example. which also then leads into another one against our favourite teams to roast. Nuno being sacked by Spurs because his football was too boring, but then turning Nottingham Forest into the most exciting attacking team in the Premier League. Funny how that works.
It's called foundations.
Yeah. Got to work on your home impression, Tom. I didn't know it was a home impression. I just wanted to scream. The Gedlin Inn basically said 3 pint whenever Forest score. 2 hours later, well, that's the end of me. They must have got cleaned out. Just sat down about to watch the Arsenal match. Damn, I hate working and missing all the action. There was certainly some action, sir. And obviously, all these results prove that style, like in boxing, styles make fights. And to put this into a more factual perspective, Nottingham Forest won 7-0 against Brighton. Bournemouth won 5-0 against Nottingham Forest. But then Brighton won 5-0 against Bournemouth. Again. But also made me think, Ben, Chris Wood had a good weekend where he basically started choking a seagull.
And in that little mini round robin, it was Chris Wood choking the seagull that won them that little round robin.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Brighton Hove Albion at 3-0, he's dead. He's definitely dead. And then obviously it was just 7-0 where he's clearly dead. But as Ben did quite rightly point out earlier, they weren't the only team to win 7-0 this weekend. Make some popcorn, BX. Fucking mental. Wood practiced by choking his own chicken. Wait a minute, I'm seeing double here. 28-0. Stop. He's already dead. But I had to go myself at doing this. This is my version of it. Stop. He's already dead.
That's a better version.
I made that.
You flattened the Cardiff badge. It's even better.
Yeah, that was what I was going for. I was flat. I didn't look like he's actually squashing it. I'm secretly proud of myself on that. But also in a lesser degree, we then got this is also how that match went to some degree, of course. Yes, Ian. Rashford to Villa on loan. Well,
I don't rate him.
Well, no.
Never really rated him.
The fact of the matter is, Villa done amazingly well to get nearly 80 million quid for a player that scored 12 Premier League goals. I mean, most of the 12 goals are fucking amazing, but still, it's 12 of them. It'd be like if, say, like what's his name, Tony Yeboah scored 32 goals for Leeds, something like that, but then we then sold him on for at the time for like 40 million quid or something. It'd be absurd.
Football is absurd.
It really is. I've got some content sent in by Spencer from obviously Bronco Talks Football. Did you know Arsenal won today? Because this is how it's going to be at most offices tomorrow. Did you know Arsenal won 5-1 over City? Because if you didn't know, you're going to find out very soon. And 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0 Arsenal. Panic. 1-1. Calm. At 5-1. Back to the panic party. That was sent in by Spencer. Who put the Cardiff ball in the net? Half the fucking team did. If the other half can put it in against Coventry, I would appreciate it. Lovely stuff, Tom. I really appreciate that. We had one sent in by Sam Greenwood, our very own Sam Greenwood. And what they all it was Pep's already gone and got himself a new job. Impressive. He worked. One thing you can accuse him of is not that he doesn't work fast. And one weird little thing that I've tried to do most weeks is I just go onto the thing where I used to make memes and just randomly press random. It throws up a picture, and then you type "stay humble." So this is it for this week. Stay humble. But then we got a more better version of Stay Humble. Then we got another version of Stay Humble with "Get ready, everybody. He's about to do some humbling." Then Spencer made this one and said, "Say the line, Erling. Stay humble, eh?" Yeah. I fucking love this shit. But still, the real important thing that I'm going to say, I'm going to congratulate Arsenal, because we congratulate winners on this show, especially when Leeds are also winners, because, you know, time to get rid of Melier. He didn't score, nor did he have a shot on target. I agree. Lazy player. And
his running stats are shocking as well.
It's like he's been rooted to the spot all game.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Arsenal. You are the next Premier League champions. That's what I would be saying to you if this was over the last 2 years. Next. And I've got a live image, the final one. Let me double check. Yeah, it's the final one. It's an image of Leeds United and Arsenal during this transfer window. No, that's a ball anyway. I did consider the sacrilegious thing of adding like the half, turning our badge in half and Arsenal's badge in half and putting it together. But then I thought, no, I'll get killed for that. Plus, that would take time. Time which I'd be wishing I hadn't used doing it while I was being killed for doing it. Anyway, Messier is a good fox in the box. Good memes. Appreciate that, Sam. Thank you very much. More like an ent in a tent, Sam. In a tent. Arse United. Good choice on the half badges. Thank you very much. I was also going to have the first one as Leeds, the second one as Arsenal, and then probably
merge the two.
And then get killed for it, presumably. But still, like those dumb half match day scarves. Speaking of that, Bex Gunner loves a half and half match day scarf.
If he was going to do that, you should have done the top one Homer, then Peter Griffin, and then merged the two. Now you see how I see it.
Nah, that's just, that feels wrong. Other than that, so don't forget to join us next week, where basically we will be going over the midweek game between Coventry and Leeds United, and of course Leeds United versus Millwall in the Emirates FA Cup.
Just for
how long it took me to realise John stuck Millhouse at the bottom.
Where is Millhouse? Oh, there he is.
There. Millhouse is there. Millhouse is there. Indeed. But yeah, it's been a great show, in my opinion. Which is actually the real opinion that matters.
And mine.
It's very nice if you think we had a great show, but it's more of a bonus. But again, thank you to anyone that put in any content into it, of course.
For
Sam,
one show
Spencer,
only,
Ben.
for one show only, I'm going to ask you to hit the like 7 times.
But because of the nature of hitting it, it would actually unlike it at the end of the
because you have to hit unlike, not hit the like to unlike the like.
Huh.
It'd just be non-existent, but it'd be fun to just hit it 7 times.
Hit it 7 times.
Or hit the share button 7 times.
Totally should do that. Of course, I've never actually pressed this button because this is a direct to John button, but smash it like we smashed Cardiff.
6, 7.
Yes. Awesome stuff. So again, have a great night, everyone. Ben, is there anything you want to say to your fans?
No, thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll be here next week, as said. Have a great week. Stay out of trouble. Stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Again, and I don't say it's enough. Thank you for your time, John. Ben. Thank you for your time, Ben.
No, as always.
For making time for this.
As always.
Same things to like even the likes of Russ Morgan, like a non-Leeds fan, makes time for this. So I really do appreciate that.
We love Director John. We do.
And we do.
He knows this.
Yeah, we're gonna put up a thing now that we do every week. We do love Director John because he makes an effort for us for
nothing.
Well, yeah, basically. Although I have told him that I will pay him back pay of like £7 million.
We've just got to take over the world, haven't we, Tom? Plans are in motion.
Yeah.
In the lair.
100%, sir. So with that being said, have a good night and Leeds.
7. That was 9.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't count, despite being my job. One finger.